My name is Allie Taylor, and I heard about Smith & Sons through the contractor Alex. We did a little research into Smith & Sons, and we're quite pleased that Alex was able to have the guarantees of both himself and Smith & Sons to do the work, and we're really happy that we went with both of them. We were able to find out the type of work that he'd done. We were able to research that as well as some testimonials from some of his previous clients. When we first purchased our house, it was with the understanding that the backyard was going to be a project. The deck was quite literally falling apart. When Alex actually came to do the demo, he fell through the deck at one point. It was that rotten. So not only did he tear down the deck as well as an old shed in the backyard, he kind of reconfigured the footprint to make it more usable for us, as well as he fenced the entire backyard, and he redid the concrete pathway from the deck to the driveway, as well as tore up some concrete on the other side that was just uneven and not good. Our initial inquiry was handled incredibly promptly. Within 48 hours, he set up an initial consult. We had definitely contacted other people to do our due diligence and make sure that we had a variety of different quotes and different experiences. We decided to choose Smith & Sons as our preferred general contractor because they alleviated a lot of our concerns without us even addressing them. They brought up permits, they brought up the fixed costs, so knowing that our budget wasn't going to change. And he actually addressed a lot of the issues surrounding the project without either us having to bring them up or us even having to think of them. Our goal was to redo this deck and only do this deck once. And that's really important to us, that it was done right the first time, and we were willing to pay more to make that happen. Working with Smith & Sons through the project was incredibly enjoyable. They were respectful of our time, of our property. The project was always cleaned up at the end of the day, which was important to me, having young children around the house. And it was the little things, like always letting us know what time they would be there in the morning. They kept us up to date, more so than me contacting them. They preemptively contacted us. So they really kept us up to date with any changes that needed to happen, as well as timelines, and we really appreciated that. You could tell that they were doing the work carefully, but also as quickly as possible so that we could have a deck for the summer to enjoy. There were definitely some unexpected complications during the project. Our start date was moved due to COVID-19, and I really appreciated that Smith & Sons as a company took the time to evaluate how they could best approach this project as safely as possible, keeping the safety of their team as well as the safety of my family in mind. Smith & Sons definitely went the extra mile to help us throughout this project through little things like noticing that our outdoor faucet was leaking and contacting a plumber for us, facilitating that process for us. He really went above and beyond to make sure that we were happy with our final project. Since completing the project, our quality of life has improved 100-fold. We now have an outdoor space that we can actually use. Last summer, I wasn't really able to enjoy the summer outside with my kids because I was constantly worried that they were going to fall through the deck. At this point, I know they're not going to fall through the deck. I know that they can't go anywhere because the yard is fully fenced, the deck is fully fenced, as well as they added a gate to the top of our basement stairs. So truly, I have peace of mind knowing that my kids are safe outside, but also that we can have fun outside. We have spent countless hours out here this summer, and I cannot thank Alex and Smith & Sons enough for helping us to really enjoy this summer to the max. There were times that they even worked around my kids' nap time and made sure that they weren't doing extremely loud parts of the project at that point. So I really appreciated that they really took my personal family needs into consideration, again, on a daily basis. If someone called and asked if they should engage Smith & Sons as their general contractor, I would highly recommend it. It was a painless process. They really kept us up to speed on every aspect of the project. They've done an amazing job following up afterwards and making sure that we were still happy with the product. Knowing that the quality of work is going to be worth every penny that you're paying, not only in the quality of the parts that they're using, the materials that they're using, but also in the labor itself, that you know that they are doing their best work as if they were making a deck for their own family. And I have full confidence that this deck will outlast us in this house. Completely over the top happy with the end result. Doing a big project can be daunting, but hiring the right people really takes a lot of stress out of the process. And I think, if anything, that's the most important part. You need to figure out a good design and something that's going to work for your family, but really you need the right people doing the right job. And having a general contractor that you can trust implicitly is probably the most important part of any project. And I would highly recommend Smith & Sons as that general contractor.